Hearts that are filled with the love of Christ can never get very far apart. Hello, I'm Connie Vandeman Jeffrey, and those lovely words from the pen of Sister White have been much on my mind over the last few days. Like you, we are staying home, self-isolating, and only going out for the necessities of life. But our faith still binds us together. For the next few weeks, our format at All God's People will look similar to this. We've watched together as the coronavirus crisis has caused the leaders in our nation and community to call for the virtual suspension of public life. Our church leaders have prayerfully decided to cancel worship services in most of the churches across the Pacific Southwest, and activities and instruction have been suspended in the majority of our schools. Almost all of the church business meetings and events are canceled or postponed well into April. General Conference, North American Division, and Pacific Union Conference personnel are all working remotely, and the office buildings are closed. This is true for several of our conferences as well. La Sierra University and Pacific Union College, as well as Loma Linda University and many of the other Adventist colleges across the country, have moved to online instruction for the spring quarter. The leaders of our churches, schools, and hospitals are carefully following the recommendations and requirements of civil authorities, recognizing that public health and safety are paramount during this time. An issue that was still being resolved at the time of this taping is whether or not the General Conference session planned for this summer in Indianapolis will be delayed. Now, we will update this story in our bulletin when this program is distributed, but for now, we can tell you that at its meeting on March 17, the General Conference AdCom voted to forward a comprehensive set of recommendations to the General Conference Executive Committee, including this one. Because of the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic and surrounding safety, travel, and visa implications on local and international church entities and members, as well as government restrictions on public meetings, it is recommended to postpone the 2020 General Conference session for up to 2 years, depending on when rescheduling is feasible. The bulletin will include an update about the status of this recommendation. Our churches have responded so wonderfully to the extraordinary task of keeping our members informed and engaged during this time. Many churches are live streaming their worship services and are using online tools and social media to bring our churches together virtually. In the bulletin that's distributed with this video, we have included the web links to our conferences where you can learn the most current information about the situation in your region. As you visit the websites of your local church and conference, be mindful of the difficult work they're doing and hold them up to God for strength and safety in your prayers. We will also continue to update you through the recorder, this weekly online video, and through our various news channels. As new terms like social distancing and self-quarantine have become commonplace, our understanding of how we relate to one another has been challenged and changed. The handshakes must now become phone calls and text messages. While we may be constrained from embracing, we can still be warm and appreciative in our conversations with one another, virtual and verbal. The physical viability and health of our ministries and churches is very much at risk because of the impact of the coronavirus crisis. I'm thinking quite specifically about the tithe and the support of the church and congregation that you are a part of. God will be faithful to us in helping us meet every situation. Of this I have no doubt. And each of us is given the opportunity to be a part of how His mission is fulfilled. Please continue to pray for our pastors, teachers, and leaders. Special prayers needed for those who are serving in our hospitals and clinics, and for the thousands of dedicated women and men serving in healthcare throughout our nation and the world. Pray for the health and safety of all those who are personally impacted by this virus. Join us in praying that the crisis will end soon and that our communities will be spared further losses. Thank you for your faithfulness and the support of our shared faith, and may you sense God's blessing and grace during this difficult time. For All God's People, I'm Connie Jeffrey.